Nityanandam, hi, this is Ma Nitya Oviananda, talking to you again from India, the land of the gods, and the land of spirituality, the place where you should be coming if you are interested at all in seeking, because it's filled with so much beautiful energy. And you may want to stay a little while, or even longer, like I decided. When I met my guru, His Holiness Paramahamsa Nityananda, it was as if something I was searching for my whole life, and how many lives I don't know. I remember as I was young and growing up, and even till the point where I met Swamiji, I would often repeatedly have various dreams in which I was looking for something. I really had no idea what it was in the dream, but I was continuously looking for something. And a lot of times the dreams were crazy, like some Dr. Seuss looking thing, where I'd be climbing ladders and going through all these houses and rooms and caves and different places and just streets and dark streets and light streets and all different kind of places, just looking and looking. But I never found what it was, nor did I even understand what I was looking for. And I have to say, I don't recall having those kinds of dreams since I met Swamiji. So I guess maybe I was born that way. I'm born a seeker, born looking for him, even though I may have not known it in a day-to-day level, but my being knew it and knew that I was looking for him. So that when I met him, it was such a strong connection. And some people connect to him in various ways. Some people connect to him with words or with hugs or attention, or he'll joke with people. And of course we all like those kinds of things. But really, I didn't have so much of those things in the beginning. It was just somehow I connected with him. And it was very strange, but I knew it. And I remember there was one time during Inner Awakening when we were walking in a procession. And all of a sudden I somehow I was standing near him, maybe like 6-7 feet away and walking. And I wasn't dancing or doing anything. I was just kind of enjoying the moment of being in his presence and walking. And he was also kind of walking, and he looked kind of contemplative. And for a little while, like at least 15 minutes, I was kind of walking next to him in a way. It was just such a nice experience because I just felt like really just connected to him in that space of basically silence. We weren't even talking or anything. But it's just those kind of moments and the kind of things, I just knew that there's something happening here on a deep level. And of course, the energy experience, the Kundalini awakening, and those kinds of things that happen, and the feeling of the energy that I have the closer I get into his physical presence. And even around the deities that he does prana pratishta. So he infuses the deities in our Vedic temples with prana pratishta, and he infuses it with the divine energy of Sadashiva. So when you get near the deities and you touch them especially, it's an amazing energy that covers you and fills you. So I feel that very strongly. And somehow I just knew, every time I would then hear about sannyas after that somehow this is something I had to do. So it's very strange. But, especially coming from a Western culture, I've never heard of these things before. And nobody, told me about it, or nobody said, oh, you should do this. It was just something that kept resonating. And I remember one time during Inner Awakening, the first time that I was there, just during some random meditation, we were all just sitting there, and I was in a beautiful place where there wasn't much going on inside the head. It was just a nice, still place, and I really enjoyed that. And all of a sudden, out of somewhere inside, came up the word ashramite, And I'm like, what? I was trying to kind of deny it and all. And then I decided, sometime later, I came back, like a year and a half, I came later to live at the ashram for a year and see how it went. And I remember the same thing happened during a meditation at that time. At that time, I think we were doing the Nirahara Samyama, which is the living without food Samyama. And during that meditation, a similar thing happened, except this time it said Purna Sannyas. And I'm like, what? So, I wasn't thinking about anything. My space was pretty much blank, and I was just kind of connecting with that energy feeling. And just these words came up in my system. So it proves, I think it'd be nice to be a little more quiet and hear more things like that coming up. So I'm working on that. But even just living at the ashram for several years now, man, the thoughts, I still have thoughts and wonder, God, sometimes I don't even want to listen to myself anymore. Just the mind, I just wanted to shut up, because half the time there's really nothing important it's saying. But man, how much worse it used to be. And you can really tell that then when you're like you're standing at the train station or you're speaking to other people and all the things that worry them and they think about and they obsess about. And it's like, man, I used to be like that too. But thank God, thanks Swamiji, now, even now I can tell like what a space it is to be in more of a quiet place. And the things that we talk about now, pretty much, unless we're joking around here and there a little bit, we're speaking about, something going on in the world, we're speaking about spirituality, or we're sharing something we're going through. There's no like meaningless chatter, oh, how's the weather? How's your family? How's this, that, this? Oh, you went to that concert. Or, it's all basically meaningless chatter. It doesn't even mean anything. Half the time what we speak about with others, it's like we're not getting to know them that way. It's just like they're listing off all the things they did, but there's no like connection. There's no deeper understanding of the other person. And you're not, talking about anything that's important or valuable or anything you're trying to work out. I don't know. It just seems strange to me now to have those kind of conversations. But anyway, it's just a beautiful thing to be in that space, into that sannyas, lifestyle, that ambiance where you're supported by that community, the sangha, to continue to be in that space, live the tattvas, the truth that Swamiji gave of integrity, responsibility, authenticity, and enriching. So every day we're working on those, every day we're trying to put ourselves back to that context. So more and more we can micromanage and understand where we're coming from and be more in that pure space and more in that integrity with Swamiji and what he wants us to do. Because really, what are we doing every day? Whether you're outside or you're in the ashram, you're just kind of filling that time so that you can become more complete and more aligned to Swamiji. And that's basically, I think, why he keeps us busy. And then it's up to us to kind of figure out what is most important to do. And it's unfortunately taken me some time to understand that integrity to the Guru. I thought I understood it before, but it only just clicked with me the other day. And so I'm trying to keep internalizing that and making sure I get it and I don't lose sight of that again. So anyway, because really there's nothing else. Like anything we do is just kind of a time pass, like a filler. But when we're doing something that he tells us to do, that he's specifically given us to do, that's what's most important. And when we do our best, sort of jump through fiery hoops to fulfill that, that's where it's at. That's where the integrity comes, and that's where the life becomes fulfilling, and you can start to feel an energy shift inside you, and it's kind of like a happiness, like, wow, I did something he wanted, because we get lost in all of these other meandering roads and all these other maze of things that we think we have to do, or that's more important, but it's really not. So anyway, every day is a learning experience, a beautiful learning experience. So if you're interested at all in spirituality and seeking as a permanent, part of your life, you have many options. If you want to stay married or stay on the outside world and pursue a career, you can do that. You just come to Inner Awakening, spend 21 days with Swamiji and see how amazing he is and see how much your life transforms. Or you have other options to actually say no to the social norms and the status quo and come to the ashram and live as an Adinavasi. And from there you can see if the path of sannyas is right for you. So please feel free to ask any questions. I'll answer all the questions that come in. And thanks again for watching. Until next time, Nityanandam.